All right, so we're going to go over the import-export geometry. So similarly to the construction lines, we use import and export geometry for some those similar reasons. So right here, right underneath geometry, you'll have import-export geometry, and this will be used both for horizontal and vertical. I have a tendency to go ahead and export out my geometry even before I have a vertical, simply because that way, if something does go bad, I do have my construction lines, but I've already put my curves in. I've already done things like that. Then I can import that back in. So exporting geometry, you can see here it has checked use only active profiles. I don't have any profiles, but I go ahead and just leave that on. I export through land XML. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with IFC yet. I know they're still kind of demonstrating that. It seems to work better in 24, but this one, it still has a few little bugs. And then we use land XML 1.2 right now because that seems to be more universal of elements and information that's picked up by other softwares. So I go ahead and select my alignment, and then I will reset, and it will run me down through my prompts, through my commands. And why is it not? There we go. So it'll ask me to save it as a format somewhere. So I can go ahead. I'm just going to save it in my working folder for now. This one I am going to name or roadway EU. So that's the one that I have now. If I have multiple alignments, I can do the same thing, call them whatever I need to call them, and I can save those guys out. So this would be and I'm going to go ahead and save that. It's going to ask me to check it in. And then all of a sudden I go back and I go into my file, my alignment's gone. You know, however that happened, who knows, but that alignment's no longer there. So then I come back, I go to my import geometry. So I'm going to go back to my folder. There's my geometry. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to select my land XML. I can assign features through a table if I do have those. I believe I can assign my linear and point features here. So I can go ahead and pick primary and my point features. I can assign as well. I thought those were alignments, they're not. So I'll put no feature definition on there, and you can see create civil rules. So what that does, if it imports, why did that not import? Geometry. We might have to redo this one, Sahar, on the recording. So export my geometry. I am just going to overwrite my other one. Or actually, I may just save this for our time being for this one. There we go. For some reason, that first one didn't work. So it should look more like this of alignment primary, what that is. So Setting my feature definitions again, create civil rule, and then import. So I'm probably going to have 2 different alignments now. So I'm going to run through that import again. And again, make sure it does have this. That last one, I don't know if you recall, it just said LAN XML. But that's why we kind of like doing these live, because this happens to people, and make sure we come back and get it corrected. So here's create civil rules again, assign feature definition, import. So there you can see now it's back. It's still in alignment. So that's one of the things that helps me. One item that I would have to do is, if that happens, if I need to import back my geometry, if I have a horizontal and a vertical, something's tied to it, something's tied to a corridor, or my corridors developed on this alignment, and we'll get into that in corridors, on reattached corridors. Those are some of the things that I would have to do. I need to resync those, the geometry back up with those elements that it's tied to. So that is one thing that you would have to do, but I would recommend exporting and importing, or exporting at least your geometry. That way you have a copy of it in case something does happen, in case somebody does make a mistake, and they go and delete your alignment and didn't realize that they had done that. You have a way to get it back. It's much quicker to go back and get it that way. So, Jordan or Lindsay, anything to add?
Nope. No, not particularly.
Okay. We can go ahead and stop recording then, Sahar.